Change your physiology and change your state and change your life. Pretty good combo. Peace and cheers as always, folks. Mark, Flying Health Coach. Happy that you're here. Hope you're happy that you're here. Today we're going to talk about when you change your physiology, you change your state. When you change your state, you make better decisions. Ultimately, you end up changing your life as time goes, obviously, right? So that's what we're talking about today. It'll be a short video, and we're going to give you one thing that you can do that's going to have a pretty big impact on just your day, right? So we're feeling kind of down in the blue, right? You know, and you guys know when you see people that are, you know, kind of depressed, or they're down, or they're kind of in those very low vibrational states like fear, right? They're kind of, you know, like I'm going to put up here like Charlie Brown, right? He hit it perfectly. Let's put it right up here on the screen, right? So you can read through this comic as I'm talking. But as you can see in the comic, his shoulders are slouched forward, his head's down. He doesn't have a strong presence, right? He's deciding to be in that depressed state. Now, obviously, as we all know, life happens, right? You can't control what happens in life. You can to some extent, right? But inevitably, you're going to lose a friend. You're going to lose a parent. You're going to lose a loved one. You're going to get broken up with. You're going to do the breaking up. You're going to experience life, and things are going to cause you pain. They're going to cause you to feel kind of depressed. That's life. We all know this, it happens. But what you can do to counteract a lot of that stuff is to choose today, as always, I say this in almost every video, choose today that no matter what happens, you're going to live in a beautiful state. And how do you get yourself there? Again, one easy thing you can do right now. You can do it with me, right? If you're in kind of a pissed off, not happy state right now, and you find yourself when you're sitting slouched over, you're walking kind of slouched over, you know, you don't have good physiology, pick yourself up and do this right now. Pick yourself up, pull your shoulders back, right? Hold your head held high, keep your head held high, shoulders back, look towards the sky. As you look towards the sky, force yourself to smile. As you do that, breathe in, not breathe out, Mark, breathe in, 4 or 5 seconds, hold it for a couple seconds, breathe out, right? And hold and maintain that state. I dare you to try to be pissed off and depressed or angry or fearful when you maintain that positive physiology. It's pretty hard to do, right? You know, I've talked a lot about, through reading through Tony Robbins, pattern interrupts, right? And pattern interrupts can be a lot of things. And I found them myself to just act silly in a moment and just be ridiculous. But one that I found recently, if I'm just maybe not feeling it, kind of feeling just icky and like kind of pissed off or whatever, is just to put myself, to bring my physiology back to a confident state. Just like we just did, right? Shoulder blades pulled back, head held high, look to the sky, take some big deep breaths in, hold it for a sec, breathe on out. Do this wherever, do it in public, who cares? No one does. They might think you're kind of weird for a second, but they'll go about their day, it doesn't matter. So put yourself in a positive state. Do that one thing whenever you feel like yourself getting a little bit down or down and out, right? Get your shoulder blades back, get your head held high, force yourself to smile, make yourself think of something funny, put yourself back in a good resourceful state. And the reason why, and I've talked a lot about reasons why it's so important, but being in a good state, in a healthy state, more often than not, is also very healing, right? And this backed by science, right? When you feel happy, when you feel positive, when you feel outgoing, energetic, loving, and you want to connect and you want to be successful and achieve, right? That naturally releases hormones like endorphins in your body. It makes you excited in life. It makes you want to go. It releases also things that are healing properties, immunoglobulins that I can't pronounce. I want to read something out of Tony Robbins' book. So this is a new one that I'm reading, Unlimited Power. And this is from a gentleman named Norman Cousins. So he had a debilitating illness, and he believed in the power state. He actually healed himself by believing so much in his mind, he laughed his way to health. Sounds crazy, but it happened. And I want to read you something out of this book here. This is from Norman Cousins. I have learned never to underestimate the capacity of the human mind and body to regenerate. Even when prospects seem most wretched, the life force may be the least understood force on earth. And that is so true, right? We as humans drastically underestimate how powerful our minds are. I mean, what do they say? We can use like 5% of our brains. It's some ridiculous small percentage, right? I don't know if you guys have seen that movie Limitless with the actor. I forget his name. You love the actor, but it's, it takes that pill and bam, he can just use the majority of his brain all of a sudden. Tap into that ability now by keeping yourself in a positive state, right? A positive, happy, healthy state is regenerative, right? It restores your health. It makes you happy. When you're happy, you'll make better decisions all the time, right? And again, this is not to say I'm not a positive thinker. I mean, I am to a certain degree, but I'm also a realist. I know life sucks, right? If you're going through something right now in life, I feel for you. It's not fun when not so good things happen to you. It's not fun when you lose a friend or when you lose a loved one or when you fail a test or whatever. It doesn't matter what it is, right? It's not fun when things happen that make you feel crummy on the inside. But it is your job, yours, no one else's, your job to get yourself back up, pull your shoulder blades back, stand up tall, get your head up, take some big deep breaths in, hold it for a bit, breathe out nice and slow, slow your speech, right? Smile, force yourself to smile, think of something funny, do something funny, say something funny, whatever. Interrupt that pattern to get yourself back into a better, more regenerative, resourceful state. This stuff works, guys. I'm telling you it does. From personal experience, I can't even describe the mindset that I had last year for 6, 7, almost 8 months. I don't even know what it was. It feels like it wasn't even real to me. I had never been that down and out in my entire life. I didn't even know what state I was in. But the point is, when I really started to apply this stuff, when I started journaling, when I started doing the priming exercises almost on a daily basis, when I started fixing my physiology and how I spoke to myself, my whole life has gradually been changing almost on a weekly basis. So this stuff works. And let's be honest, you won't know if you won't try it, right? So, quick video today. I hope it's beneficial. Again, we kind of walked through that one big thing that I think is a really monumental way just to quick fix, right? So I hope that's beneficial. I hope it's helpful. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this as time goes. If you guys are interested in one-on-one health coaching with me, my email, flyinghealthcoach@gmail.com. I'll respond within a day or two. I do have 3 to 4 day trips sometimes, so if it's longer than a day or two, I do apologize. I will get back to you. Finally, my book, Flying Health Coach, A Start How to Un-F Your Life. If you want to try, download a little bit of it, 13, 14 pages. There's a link in my bio. Free 13, 14 pages. If you like what you read, awesome. If you don't, that's totally cool too. If you do like what you read and you want to get a full copy of the book, it's $6.99 on lulu.com. And I think that's all the jabbering I'm going to do for today. So again, guys, hope you liked the video, and we'll be back in touch sometime next week. Focus on the state. Now, peace and cheers.